With the new Bubblegum and Marceline series coming soon, I decided to rewatch every episode of their relationship. I expected to come away loving Bubbline even more. Instead, I walked away with a completely different view of their relationship. Did Adventure Time really write one of animation's best romances? Or was this relationship more one-sided than I remembered? When I was younger, these two felt like complete opposites. And the first time you really noticed this is in season 2's episode Go With Me. Finn wants to ask Princess Bubblegum to couples movie night, but not to smooch, just to hang out. Jake tells him he needs to change who he is if he wants a chance with Bubblegum. Marceline comes to help and she says the exact opposite, encouraging Finn to just be himself. The funny part is, Marceline's advice keeps getting Finn thrown out the Candy Kingdom, while Jake's advice actually gets Bubblegum's attention. Looking back, I don't think Adventure Time meant for this to be a huge relationship clue, but it is funny how closely it mirrors Bubblegum and Marceline themselves. Marceline believes people should accept you as you are, while Bubblegum is drawn to people who meet her where she is. And that became a pattern I started to see over and over again. Which leads us to season 3's episode, What Was Missing. A door lord steals everyone's sentimental possessions, and the only way to get them back is by performing together as a band. Simple enough episode of Adventure Time until Marceline starts singing.
Oh, you don't like that? Or do you just not like me?
When I was younger, I thought this was just another cool Adventure Time song, but watching it as an adult, Marceline is venting.
Sorry, I don't treat you like a goddess. Is that what you want me to do? Sorry, I don't treat you like you're perfect, like all your little loyal subjects do. Sorry, I'm not made of sugar. Am I not sweet enough for you? Is that why you always avoid me? That must be such an inconvenience to you. Well,
this song is really heavy, and midway through she gets stumped, not able to come up with any more lyrics. Because despite the resentment she has towards Bubblegum, Marceline still wants her back in her life.
I shouldn't have to be the one that makes up with you, so why do I want to? Why do I want to?
Honestly, go watch this episode. Knowing what we know now, it hits completely different. Bubblegum is unfazed, seemingly over what they had in the past, while Marceline is finding it hard to let go. Eventually they get the door open, and Adventure Time reveals one of its biggest pieces of evidence yet, that these two were more than just friends. Bubblegum's sentimental possession? An old shirt Marceline gave her hundreds of years ago. These two already have history. History the audience knows absolutely nothing about, and we're just watching the aftermath. After dropping one of the biggest relationship reveals in the entire series, Adventure Time just moves on. Almost 2 years making everyone speculate on what this episode meant, until season 5 where we will finally get some answers. The first episode that touches on their relationship is the episode Simon and Marcy. While this is mainly an episode to humanize the Ice King, there's a small moment that I really loved. Young Marceline gets sick and Simon desperately searches for something to help her. They get cornered in an alley and Simon has to put on the Ice King's crown to save them. In this alley, they stumble across Mother Gum, which gives Simon a can of chicken noodle soup for Marcy. This moment doesn't last for more than 30 seconds, but looking back, it almost feels like one of those invisible string moments. Two people crossing paths long before they knew how important they would be to one another. Think about it like I loved you before I knew you and I cared about you before I met you. And we found out this to be true in Fiona and Cake because in every universe, Marceline and Bubblegum are always going to be connected in some way. But then we get to the Sky Witch, and this is where their relationship finally starts to feel intentional. The very first thing we see is Bubblegum wearing Marcy's old shirt as pajamas, immediately calling back to the episode What Was Missing.
You kept the shirt I gave you?
Yeah, it means a lot to me.
Marceline suddenly bursts in, needing Bubblegum's help to get her childhood teddy bear Hambo back from the Sky Witch Maja. And Bubblegum's first response to hearing this?
Yeah, sorry I didn't tell you. You might not have come otherwise.
Yeah. Raggedy Princess can make you a new Hambo in like 3 seconds. Or Raggedy Princess can be your new Hambo. She'd do it too. That girl's got like 0 self-respect. That's mean. Don't tell her I said that.
I'm not getting a new Hambo. There's only one Hambo.
It's just a doll.
That line hit very different as an adult. Being in my own relationships, I know how heartbreaking it can feel when someone dismisses something that has sentimental value to you. But I don't think Bubblegum is trying to be cruel here. She genuinely just doesn't understand. To her, it's just a stuffed animal. But to Marcy, it's one of the last things connecting her to her childhood. While Bubblegum constantly shows that she cares, she struggles to understand why people feel the way that they do. And I think that's because Bubblegum and Marceline grew up completely different. Marceline spent her life learning how painful it is to lose people you love. Bubblegum spent hers learning that everyone depends on her. She learned responsibility through leadership. She treats emotions like problems that need solving. That's why she immediately jumps to just get a new one. As Marcy already knew, if she told her from the beginning why she asked for her help, she wouldn't have came. Eventually, while Marceline is distracted fighting Maja's familiar, Crowbit,
she's busy with my Crowbit!
Bubblegum comes face to face with Maja herself. And we get one of the best Bubblegum moments. While it happens off camera, she trades away the shirt Marceline gave her to get Hambo back. It's a huge sacrifice and that should not go unnoticed, as Maja reflects that this shirt has more sentimental value than Hambo himself.
I made a trade for this! Bing! Sentimental freshness! Oh, the psychic resonance on Hambo is nothing compared to this, baby!
This is maybe the biggest sacrifice Bubblegum has made for Marceline, besides being cordial with the Ice King in the entire series. Because I'm not trying to hop on the train where Bubblegum is very flawed and doesn't care for Marceline. I think she absolutely does. The problem is she usually understands the solutions before trying to understand the person. And once I noticed that, I started to see it everywhere in Bubblegum's character. So I can't help to think, is this just her fixing the problem? Or am I reading too much into this and it's just a major sacrifice from Bubblegum? Unfortunately, we're left to speculate again for another 2 seasons, as we don't get more answers until season 7. Varmints being one of the most impactful because it's the first time the show actually explains why they drifted apart. The episode picks up after Bubblegum loses the Candy Kingdom election. Marceline goes to visit her room only to be greeted by the King of Ooh, who casually tells her Bubblegum isn't the princess anymore.
You're the princess? Since when?
Well, by the reckoning of my new Torontian calendar, Ooh's official calendar, 2 glorious months.
2 months? But then why didn't she Bubblegum.
That line gives us a great view into their relationship. Bubblegum had just went through one of the saddest moments of her life. She lost her kingdom, her purpose, the thing she dedicated centuries to. And instead of leaning on the person closest to her, she carried it alone. Eventually, Marceline finds Bubblegum hiding away in an old cabin. For the first time since she was a part of Mother Gum, she has nothing to rule. So what does she do?
These must be pretty good pumpkins, huh?
They're citizens of my garden kingdom. 100% loyal garden citizens.
She immediately starts building another kingdom of pumpkins. A garden kingdom with 100% loyal garden citizens. She genuinely doesn't know how to stop working. Her responsibilities are her identity, and she doesn't really know who she is without it. Then the Varmints show up. They start destroying the pumpkin patch. Bubblegum and Marceline chases them underground, and while they're crawling through the tunnels, they start to reminisce about the past, about how life was before Bubblegum became consumed by being a princess. Before every conversation became another problem to fix, they had a friendship, a budding relationship. And by the dialogue, it seems that they bettered each other during this time.
Remember when I'd get you out of those stinky Cheese Kingdom trade meetings and we'd sneak down here and spray paint the walls?
I am pretty sure it was me who found you vandalizing my property.
Yeah, but I got you to tag something, didn't I? I bet I could find it. Here, come on. We used to follow the minecart rails. Cracking jokes, telling stories. Whoa, the broken bridge! Remember, you jumped across this. You were so scared.
The Varmints return, ruining the reminiscing, forcing them to run. Bubblegum loses her hat to one of the Varmints, and eventually they get cornered. And this is when Bubblegum finally breaks.
I lost my hat, lost my home, lost my people. I can't even keep darn varmints out of my pumpkin patch.
Oh, Bonnie,
I tried. I really, really tried. I thought that if I shut everything out and just focused on work, it would all be okay. And look where that landed me. All I managed to do was push everyone away. I pushed you away. I'm sorry, Marceline. I've been a real dinger to you.
She admits she pushed Marceline away, that she got consumed by her responsibilities. She's not trying to explain herself, she's just apologizing. She spent so long believing that she had to fix everyone else's problem that she ended up pushing those same people away. This is one of Bubblegum's pivotal moments, as it shows that she is self-aware of her actions. She can take accountability when she's wrong. And for Bubblegum, that is a big character flaw of hers. She doesn't know how to take accountability. She doesn't know how to see what others see. All she knows how to do is fix. So this moment was a big turning point for her character, which leads us to Stakes. The miniseries Stakes is such an important arc for Marceline's entire character because Marceline finally decides who she wants to be. Throughout the miniseries, she slowly lets go of almost everything that's been defining her character for hundreds of years, even the identity she's built around being a vampire. And she decides she doesn't want to do it anymore. She decides she doesn't want to be a vampire. And that journey starts with the episode Marceline the Vampire Queen. Marceline comes to Bubblegum expressing her feelings that she doesn't want to be a vampire anymore. Bubblegum eagerly unveils her machine to remove Marceline's vampire essence, knowing that it will allow Marceline to go through her normal life cycle. This will be an important tidbit for later episodes in this miniseries. Once again, Bubblegum's first instinct is to solve the problem, not really caring about the implications this might have.
Marceline, I'm so very, very, very excited to test my new lab out on you.
The machine works, but every vampire that Marceline has ever defeated and soul sucked has come back to life. Another reminder that Bubblegum can solve almost anything, but there's always another problem that arises. This leads us to the next episode, Everything Stays. For the first time, we see Marceline with her mother, who she clearly loves dearly. Around the same time, we see her with Simon. He is slowly losing himself to the crown. This forces him to make the decision to leave Marcy, to keep her safe from himself. Suddenly, Marceline's character really starts clicking. Marceline has lost everyone who was supposed to protect her. Her father was absent, her mother passed away, and Simon left. Everyone around her disappears. In this episode, she meets a group of humans, and even though they are terrified of her, she still hangs around them. Hambo being around with Finn, Jake, and Bubblegum, even though her possessions weren't stolen by the Door Lord. Marceline has attachment issues. Of course she would cling on to people who stays. Her and Bubblegum don't have the same relationship they used to have. Bubblegum is immortal just like her. Watching these episodes back made me ponder on a question that I never considered before. Does Marceline love Bubblegum because Bubblegum truly understands her? Or because Bubblegum was the first person in centuries who never truly left? It's a question I couldn't stop thinking about once I saw this episode because it all plays into who Marceline is. Even though she shows that she's so independent, she has this constant urge to be around others. Through the episodes, Marceline starts to get her powers back. But in the episode May I Come In, she gets poisoned. Which brings us to the episode Take Her Back. Marceline is dying and Bubblegum can't fix it. She realizes that her own pride helped create this situation.
Do you guys know what hubris is?
It's like an old-timey deity who weighed your deeds on a scale.
No, it means excessive pride or arrogance.
That's like you, PB.
Dude.
Nah, it's true. I believed in myself so much that I was blind to the possible consequences.
Don't believe in yourself so much then, dum-dum.
And all she can do is hope that Marceline survives. Finn and Jake go on a hunt for the moon as that vampire holds self-healing, and with that power, Marceline will be able to live. This is one of the few times we see Bubblegum completely powerless. Something that she was ready to go through at the beginning of Stakes. She comes to realize losing Marceline isn't something she's ready for. As Bubblegum weeps, the tears wake up Marcy just in time to regain her self-healing powers, and she survives. I think they both leave this moment having learned something. For Marceline, it's about accepting who she is, learning to trust other people, and trusting herself again. For Bubblegum, it's realizing that not every problem needs an invention to fix it. Sometimes the people you love just need you to be there. While these are amazing character developments, Marceline comes out of Stakes feeling like a completely different person, while Bubblegum comes out feeling like she's finally taken her first steps. Their relationship finally starts feeling peaceful. And we see this in season 8, episode 1, Broke His Crown. The tension that defined their early interactions is pretty much non-existent. Bubblegum is back being a princess of the Candy Kingdom and her responsibilities are taking over her life again, which she enjoys. But Marcy wants her to relax a bit and invites her to a dinner party with the Ice King. Even though Bubblegum has a disdain for the Ice King, rightfully so, he did kidnap you, she still showed up just for Marcy. Then in the season 9 episode Catch Up, this reinforces everything Marceline learned during Stakes. She's calmer, more reflective. She's finally become someone who's comfortable talking about her feelings. Leading up to the little moments like holding hands in the episode 17, these moments feel earned because of so much growth these two characters have been through, which makes the kiss and come along with me feel even more special. After everything they've been through, it finally felt like they found each other again. And if Adventure Time had just ended here, I think Bubbline would have gone down as one of animation's best stories about rekindling an old relationship. But then we come to Obsidian, and that is where my opinion changed. The special starts with Bubblegum and Marceline already living together. They're finally a couple, everything should be settled. Instead, their old dynamic starts resurfacing. A dragon has awakened in the Glass Kingdom, and the Glass Kingdom asks Marceline for help because she is the legendary hero who defeated the dragon years ago. When they arrive, Marceline's old song about Bubblegum comes back to haunt them. Because to quell the dragon, she needs to sing the song that defeated it the first time. And this song is not Bubblegum friendly. We get a flashback to when the dragon was defeated years ago, and it shows how Bubblegum felt about Marceline around this time.
I don't have time for you right now.
Ugh, why are you being such a bummer?
Could you just get out of my face for 5 seconds, you jerk?
If you didn't want me here, then why did you ask me?
I didn't! They called for me and you tagged along! Go home. I honestly can't focus with you here acting like monster trash.
Bubblegum just sees Marceline as a tag-along. This is reflective in Marceline's character up until this point. Even though her and Bubblegum are complete opposites, she still wants to be with her. Marceline finally realized that Bubblegum just doesn't enjoy when she's around.
I should say that you're kind of a dictator in a way. You're to blame. You're a constant source of misery and pain. What a shame that you're so stuck up. I know you won't change. Out of frame. No, I don't believe you cared about me.
She sings about feeling ignored, about believing Bubblegum never really cared, and that she's done being her little sidekick. It's basically an angrier version of I'm just your problem. But what's surprising is that these lyrics still ring true today. Moments before having to sing this song, Marceline gets all the credit for defeating the dragon's henchmen, and Bubblegum starts to feel overlooked. Marceline immediately notices, and she reassures Bubblegum that she'll never be overlooked by her.
Cleansing spray?
Aw, you got sprayed. That's a pretty high honor.
Whoa, wait, did you want to be sprayed too?
No, I'm happy that everyone's treating you so well. I'm just... It's like I'm nothing to them.
Hey, you're everything to me, okay?
But Bubblegum can't let it go. The song doesn't work this time as Marcy is just not that angry girl anymore. And instead of reassuring her, Bubblegum immediately wants to be the hero this time. She even admits that she wanted Marceline to fail.
Why didn't it work? It's been like a million years since that song worked. Mind if I try?
What?
Scurry!
The Mara was following us with that the whole time? Peeps, were you expecting me to fail?
We never did figure out why your song worked in the first place. My next gen barrier will buy me time to figure out Larvo's true weakness. I was sorta hoping your song wouldn't work, so I could finally show the Glass Kingdom how much of a scientific genius I am.
Well, mission accomplished.
I'm not gonna lie, this pissed me off. Because after everything we just watched, Varmints, Stakes, the finale, I expected Bubblegum to approach this differently. Instead, her first instinct is still to step in and make it all about herself. Meanwhile, Marceline has completely changed. She is no longer that hurt girl she was and what was missing. This was the moment that made me realize Bubblegum has barely grown. Marceline feels like someone who's already completed her emotional journey, while Bubblegum still feels like she's learning how to share the spotlight, how to let go of control, and how to understand people before trying to just solve the problem. Still. Which brought me back to the question I'd been asking throughout this rewatch. Does Marceline love Bubblegum because Bubblegum truly understands her? Or is it because Bubblegum is the only one still here? Throughout her childhood, her teenage years to now, Bubblegum has stayed the same. And maybe Marceline just finds comfort in that Bubblegum will never change. I don't think I have the perfect answer. What I do know is this. Marceline ends Adventure Time feeling like a completely different person than the one we met in season 1. Bubblegum grows too, but she reverts back to old habits as soon as the situation allows for it, making her journey feel unfinished. Maybe they explore this in a new series. Me personally, I don't really need any more Bubbline. I feel like their story is good where it is. But if they were to do anything, I would love to see Bubblegum finally have her turn to change. I walked away feeling so different about Bubbline. I don't think they're a bad couple. I think they love each other very much. I just don't think they finished growing at the same time. I don't need another story proving Marceline loves Bubblegum. I think we already know that. I want to see Bubblegum become the kind of partner Marceline spent the whole series becoming.